do wish they'd get the trial over with and pass out the refreshments. I've never been in a court of justice before. But I've read about them in books. That's the judge because of his great wig. And that's the jury box. And I suppose those creatures are the juries. Where do they write them down? They can't write much to write down yet. The trial hasn't begun.
Put them down their names, for fear they should forget them before the end of the trial.
Stupid things.
Silence in the court!
Harold! Read the accusation!
The Queen of Hearts, she made some tarts, all on a summer's day. The Knave of Hearts, she stole those tarts, and took them quite away.
Consider your verdict.
No, wait, there's not yet. There's a great deal to come before that.
Call the first witness.
First witness.
Oh, I apologize, Your Majesty, for bringing these in, but I hadn't quite finished my tea when I was sent for.
You ought to have finished. When did you begin?
14th of March, I think it was?
15.
16. Write that down. Take your hat off.
It isn't mine.
Stolen?
No, I keep them to sell. I'm a hatter.
Bring me the list of the singers from the last concert.
Give your evidence and don't be nervous, or I'll have you executed.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty, and I hadn't begun my tea not above a week or so, and what with the bread and butter getting so thin and the twinkling of the tea.
The twinkling of the what?
It began with the tea.
Of course, twinkling begins with tea. What do you take me for, a dunce? Go on.
Whoa. What was that? Bread and butter getting so thin, I mean, most things twinkle after that. Only the Montana says. I didn't. You did.
I did not.
He denied it. Leave out that part.
Well, at any rate, the doormat says. After that, I cut some more bread and butter.
What did Laura say?
That I can't remember.
Well, you must remember, or I'll have you executed.
I'm a poor man, Your Majesty.
You are a very poor speaker. Well, if that's all you know about it, you may stand down.
I'm on the floor as it is. I can't go no lower.
Well, you may sit down.
Good one, Your Majesty.
I'd rather finish my tea.
Very well, you may do. Call the next witness.
And just take his head off on the way outside.
And what do you know about? Give your evidence.
Your Majesty must cross-examine this witness.
dear, you must cross-examine the next witness. It does make my forehead ache.
Alice!
Here.
And what do you know about this, business?
Nothing.
Nothing whatever?
Nothing whatever.
Well, that is very important.
Unimportant, Your Majesty means, of course.
Yes, of course. Unimportant. Important. Unimportant. Never mind then. Consider your verdict.
Wait, Your Majesty, there's more evidence to come yet. Please, sir. This paper has been picked up.
What's in it?
I haven't opened it yet, but it appears to be a letter written by the prisoner to somebody.
Well, it must have been that. Unless it was written to nobody. Who is that directed to?
It isn't directed. In fact, there's nothing written on the outside. Sorry, Your Majesty.
That's right.
It isn't a letter at all. It's a set of verses.
Are they in the prisoner's handwriting?
No, they're not. And that's the queerest thing about it.
That proves his guilt. He must have imitated somebody's hand. Which proves his guilt.
Please, Your Majesty. I didn't write it, and you can't prove I did. There's no name signed at the end.
Well, if you didn't sign it, that only makes the matter worse. You must have meant some sort of mischief. Otherwise, you would have signed it like, well, an honest woman. Guilty. Guilty.
How can you decide that yet? Why, you haven't even read it yet.
Well, read on.
Where should I begin, please, Your Majesty?
Well, begin at the beginning, and then carry on until the end. Then you may stop.
He sent the word I had not gone. We know it to be true. If she should push the matter on, what would become of you? I gave her one, they gave him two. You gave us three or more. They all returned from him to you, though they were mine before. My notion was that you had been, before she had this fit, an obstacle that came between him and ourselves and it.
Well, that's the most important piece of evidence we've had yet. Consider your verdict.
No. Verdict first, or sentence first. Verdict afterwards.
But that's silly. I'd give anyone sixpence if they could find out the meaning of that.
Well, if there's no meaning, that really saves us a world of trouble, as we really needn't find any. Lord Wakener, I seem to see some meaning in it after all. We know it to be true. Why, that's the jury, of course. I gave her one, they gave him two. Why, that's what she must have done with the tarts!
But then it goes on, they all returned from him to you.
Why, then they were! Clear as day! But wait, before she had this fit, you've never had fits, my dear, I think? Never! Well, then the words don't fit you. Well, it's a pun! Let the jury consider the verdict.
As I said before, sentence first, verdict afterwards. This is
sleep you've had. I had the most curious dream. First, I fell down a rabbit hole, and then I grew larger than a house, and the queen ordered me beheaded. That is certainly a curious dream, my dear, but it's time to go in for tea. Come along now.
costumes put together, and just everyone who helped out with all the things that we haven't mentioned.